Hi everyone. So I just wanted to make a quick video finishing up the notes from the other day that we started on Friday. And also I wanted to go over a couple of problems from the homework just to refresh your memory on what we did last week. So first of all, I'm going to go over the last two examples on the notes. So if you printed the notes on Friday, these are the notes that we filled in. We just didn't get to C and D. I said that I was going to leave those for today. So these are both multiplying. I know that they're multiplying because you can see that the two polynomials are kind of just like pushed together with nothing in between. So that means that it's multiplication. So we did do an example sort of like C where it's a binomial by a trinomial. So I'm just going to take this 6y to the second and multiply it by all three of these terms. So we're going to double distribute. We're going to distribute the 6y squared, and then we're going to take the negative 7 and distribute it to all three of these as well. Then we combine like terms. Okay, ready? So 6y squared times y squared. Remember, we add the 2 and the 2, so it's going to be 6y to the fourth. 6y squared times y. So we did 6y squared times y squared. 6y squared times y. This, remember, has a 1. So y squared times y is y to the third, so that's going to be 6y to the third. 6y squared times 3. It's just 6 times 3 is 18. And then just the y squared doesn't change. And then now the negative 7 times y squared is negative 7y squared. The negative 7 times y is just negative 7y. And then the negative 7 times 3 is negative 21. Now from here, we're going to combine like terms. So let's see. It looks like only these two are like terms. We have a fourth power, third power to the first, and then just a constant. So those are the only two that are like terms. So if we combine those, well, let's start rewriting it. So I'm going to rewrite this in standard form. So we're going to have 6y to the fourth plus 6y to the third. Now I'm going to combine these two. 18y squared minus 7y squared. Remember, when we combine, we do not change the exponents. So 18 minus 7 is positive 11. So it's 11y squared. And then minus 7y minus 21. So that would be your answer. So that's that one. For the next one, it's a trinomial by a trinomial, which can get kind of messy. So I'm going to show you something called the box method. I know we did box method factoring. There's also a box method multiplying, where you make a box that's as big as however many terms there are. So see, it's a trinomial by a trinomial, so that's 3 by 3. So you need a 3 by 3 box. Now you definitely don't have to do it using this method, but you can. It helps to organize. So like the biggest mistake that kids make with something like this is they'll like forget to multiply certain terms. So this is kind of to make sure that you don't forget any of the terms. Okay, so don't mind my uneven box. So you're going to set it up where all of the terms, say all three of these terms with their signs, go either on the left or on the top. So I'm going to put 2x here, 3x squared here, and then negative 7 here. Then along the top, I'm going to have these. So 4x squared minus 5x plus 2. And then on the inside of the box, you're going to write, like, say in this box, it's going to be these two multiplied together. So 4 times 2 is 8. X to the first times x squared is x to the third. Then this box is going to be these two. So 4 times 3 is 12. X squared times x squared is x to the fourth. Then this box is going to be negative 7 times 4x squared, which is negative 28x squared. And you should do the same thing for each column. So this one will be 2x and negative 5x, which is going to be negative 10x squared. So we're multiplying here. Then this one is going to be 3x squared and negative 5x, which is going to be negative 15x to the third, because we have squared into the first. And then this one down here will be positive 35x. You don't have to put the plus. I don't know why I just did that. Anyway, okay, this one's going to be 2x and 2, which is 4x. This one's going to be 3x squared and 2, which is 6x squared. And then this one's going to be negative 7 times 2, which is negative 14. If you decided that you did not want to make the box, what you would have to do is multiply the 2x times all three of these. Then you'd have to do the 3x squared times all three of these. Then you'd have to do the -7 by all three of these. So you're still doing the same thing if you decide not to do the box. I just sometimes encourage it to kids who like kind of get confused by all the multiplying, and then that way you don't like forget one. Okay, so now I'm going to combine like terms. So notice I'm going to start with the highest one, the highest exponent. So we go highest to lowest degree. So the highest one is 4. There's nothing to combine that with. So 12x to the 4th is going to go first. As you write them, you can cross them off. Next is to the third. So it's negative 15x to the third and positive 8x to the third. So negative 15 plus 8 is negative 7. And then the x to the third doesn't change. Okay, so now 28x squared, negative 10x squared, and 6x squared. So negative 28 plus negative 10 would be negative 38. Negative 38 plus 6 would be negative 32x squared. Okay, then 35x and 4x would be 39x. And then minus 14. And so that would be your answer for this one. So those are definitely a little bit longer. I think on the practice for today, you're only doing like one of those. Okay, now I'm going to go over, so those were the last two examples on the notes. Next, I'm going to go over a couple problems from your homework. So number 3 on the homework asked you to do the standard form, identify the leading coefficient, and then the degree. So standard form, remember you do highest degree to lowest degree. So it's going to be this term first. So negative x to the 5th. There's nothing to the 4th, but this would be next to the 3rd, negative 14x to the 3rd. Then 5x squared, then 10. So that's the standard form, highest degree to lowest degree. Leading coefficient is the number in the front, the first coefficient, which would be negative 1. And then the degree is just whatever the highest exponent is, which is 5. So that's how you do something like that. Number 17 from your homework was the subtraction one. So just remember that this is really like a -1 in front of this polynomial. So you have to distribute this -1 to all three of them. So this is going to be negative 15x to the 3rd minus 4x squared plus 1x plus 1x. Or you could just like change all the signs, change that to plus and change all the signs, however you want to do it. I sometimes like to just rewrite it underneath so that it makes it super easy to see like what their signs are. So I'm going to start with the highest degree, which is to the 3rd. So 7x to the 3rd plus negative 15x to the 3rd is going to be negative 8x to the 3rd. And those are all set. X squared term, negative 5x squared, negative 4x squared is negative 9x squared. 6x and x would be 7x. And then just that -1 is by itself. So that would be your answer. So you only have to change the sign like that, distribute the negative if it's subtraction in between. So like number 19 was not subtraction in between, it's addition. So you're just combining like terms. So see like negative 11x and 5x, 10, negative 31. So when I write the answer, you want it to be in standard form. So I'm going to start with the x squared term. Since that one can't be combined with anything, I'm just going to rewrite it. Now we'll do the x term, negative 11x and 5x would be negative 6x. And then 10 and negative 31 would be negative 21. And then that's it. So that's a quick recap on this lesson. So today you're going to do some more practice of it. And then on Wednesday, we're going to review it. And then I'll probably give you like a short quiz on it. Okay, so that's that. I hope you guys have a great day. Please let me know if you have any questions. I'll be on my ACT Lab link all day today, so feel free to stop in if you have questions. All right, see you guys.